Good evening, or good afternoon. Welcome back to Steptoe's Yard on this UK lovely bank holiday. Had a bit of sunshine today, and it really is Steptoe's Yard. I'm having a massive clear out. Got an old kitchen from the next door neighbour, which I'm hopefully going to turn into. You can see at the back of the garage there, more of a bit of a workstation type thing. I've got loads of cupboards to go up. It's a John Lewis kitchen actually, so it's a lot of jiggery pokery to do. But yeah, it should give me some better space to work. Yep. I want to spend 20p in my vending machine. My compressor. I've not really shown my compressor. It's an old Ingersoll Rand. It's donkey years old. I'm not quite sure how old it is. Maybe somebody might know more about these. It's a Model B, but it really has served me well. It doesn't. It has a big tank, but when you're using like heavy power tools, it soon loses its pressure. But it's certainly done me well. Anyway, we're not talking about Steptoe's Yard, or are we? I don't know. We're talking about Saab and some of the stuff I've cleared out. And if you're into your GoPeds, I used to be a GoPed dealer. This is an old, there's a couple of frames there. I've got loads of GoPeds. I was doing it for donkey's years with the Pat mounts over in California. I was one of the UK service dealers, and I've got tons of bits. I think that's an old X-Ped actually. If people know California GoPeds, obviously we've moved on with scooters and electric, but yeah, that's an old beast. It's based on the GoPed Sport. It used to have the underdeck on the X-Ped. It was more for a little stunt scooter, two-stroke petrol. It's missing its car, but I've got that somewhere once I sort all this garbage out. But yeah, fun little times. Designed by, I think they were designed for yachting. I think originally. I think that's what the Pat mounts in their. Sorry, there's a plane going over in their garage in. Is it Minden? I think in California. I might have not got that right, but we're not here for that anyway. We're here for the Saab. So basically, as you can see, and probably by the thumbnail, hello from the other side, because the car is now turned round, and that was a job and a half. It's not got any brakes. It's got the handbrake, because obviously handbrake on the front wheel, because it's a proper Saab. Nightmare to drag it off, because I have a steep drive, but my son helped me with my van. So basically, I'll give you a complete walk round of where I'm up to, including that light hanging off. I got to. I've done put the mirror on, and I've been doing, which I'll show you in a minute. I've been doing the front end. The paintwork's not great, but we're not bothered about paintwork at the moment. There's loads of blemishes. I've still got this bit to weld. Hopefully not into the scuttle panel, but yeah, all that's come up quite nice. There was I'll show you from the other side, but yeah, the odd rust spots which I dremeled out on that inner wing. But I mean, as you know, generally for a 40-year-old car, it's really not that bad. I've got some bits to source. I've got to find the little T-clips for the door seal. Obviously, the door seals are obsolete, and there's not a lot you can do about that apart from sourcing second-hand bits. There's the T-clip there. That's what holds the door seal onto the multiple holes all the way around the door aperture. I've got the cover back on. Had a bit of a nightmare with the putting the mechanism back in, and if you are doing the mechanism, my mistake was I thought you could attach the motor afterwards. You can't. There's a bottom bolt you can't reach, and it's such a tight area around there. And yeah, I got this because the gears are spreading. I got the lovely cut. But yeah, I've got the weather seal to either replace or repair, which is here. It's been nicked, and I've got a couple of stainless steel bolts, and on this one it also holds the bottom of the aero kit. But they're normally like a pan head aluminium rivet that rivets that lower sill seal onto the bottom of the door. I've shown you the bottom of the door in this corner. That is purely seam sealer. I'm not happy with it. I will address that at a later stage. But obviously, you've seen all my videos. You know that there's absolutely no rust whatsoever in this door now. It just needs some finishing touches, like I say, with the little T-clips, which I need to source. I think I found them. There's sellers that sell something similar, but they're just not the same. But I think I have sourced those out. So yeah, I'm going to show you this because I had a nightmare with the paint, and I'll show you more about the paint colour match. And you can obviously see here that this 158B Odoardo or Edwardian Grey, when it was in the rattle can, it was fine. It sort of matched, but buying it by the litre, there's definitely a colour mismatch. That's been lacquered, so I'm going to have to have it scanned. I'm going to have to really look into this, trying to get this paint match, because I don't want to repaint the car. I want to try and keep it original paint and work wonders, but we'll get that to in a minute. So yeah, basically obviously the whole suspension and the whole of the my offside driver's side has now been done, and it's pretty much well, it is rust free. I've got the petrol cap, which again I'll show you in a minute. The main thing is turning it around. I'm going to start working on the boot area, but what I will do is I'll start you from the front and give you a quick walk around about what I need to do. So starting off, I've rebuilt the front end. Obviously you've seen I've put the bumpers in, the headlights, the flat nose headlights, the rare as rocking all shit grille, which is gone. I've managed to source. I've got, going back here over here. I'm just working on cutting, grinding all these tiny little. I've not finished that one there. See where it's flake rusting or surface rusting. I've got all that to do, and also I've got the upper shock absorber, which is a pain in the ass to get to. Really is a pain in the ass to get to. The shock absorber top mount to bolt down, so that's quite good. But also rummaging through my garage, I knew I had it. This is the other bracket for the front of the aero kit with the little hex fasteners on. So I'm dead chuffed about that. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get to. Now I've rebuilt the front end, but it's definitely there. So as always, this looks a bit dull. It's in satin black, the slam panel or radiator panel, but all these are now in stainless steel. And going forward with the stainless steel, there's the original one there. I'm replacing them all with the proper hex head bolts, but in stainless steel with stainless steel washers. So that's the size of the washer that goes behind the nut. It's M6 by 12mm, and the hex head self-tapping screw, again in stainless steel, is 5.5 and it's 16mm length. So though that will replace the 7 bolts, 3 for the grille and the 2 each side for the headlights. I've got the headlight washers, wiper arms or whatever, not wiper arms, wiper blades to go on. These are what I had by a company called Motan, totally and utterly obsolete. And I've had on social media, somebody wants to try and source them. You can't. Motan kindly, and I went through 6 months of this, kindly 3D printing these little clips, because the problem is with them, when they come off the arm, mine's protected because I'm protecting my jets, because again, totally and utterly obsolete part. When you unclip the wiper off the arm, the inner clip, which is inside, and they've reproduced it. You could, I don't know if you could see that. Can you see that little tiny little clip? That's what breaks off, so they don't hold on. But amazing that they've reproduced it, and they're only, I think, €4. Motam, in I think Poland based, absolutely brilliant for all your little tiny little bits. So yeah, going on to my colour match. Once, obviously, I've only ever used the little coded spray for all my little bits, but going on to a larger area, you can see I bought a litre of it because I wanted to do the bonnet, but obviously I'm not going to do the bonnet now in that. I'm going to have to get it scanned because it's so much lighter. And as far as I know, there was only 2 shades of the 158B, the Odorado Edwardian grey that used on the Aero or SPG. So that's going to take some looking into. Probably because it's that might be the later colour from 87 onwards for the more slant nose models. I really don't know, but again, it's cosmetic, isn't it? It's not gonna hold me back carrying on with the rest of the restoration. So I've got that to do, and I'll spray that suspension turret and the arm. Like I say, I've done this top temporary and cut out or dremeled out all the little bits, but I've done that again in that lighter colour, so I'll probably have to blow that back in. Done all this on the inner wheel arch. The rest of it, I mean, all down here, that's all been completely rebuilt. It was all non-existent. All those side beams and everything, I've had to rebuild the whole lot, and that's probably why it's taken me so long to do the front end. And I'm really hoping that the back end isn't going to be take half as long. It's been a job and a half, especially obviously the car's so rare, and having no donor panels, or it's all been done by dating points. So bits of what I've used, I use an airbrush. It's a model's airbrush, small compressor. It's great for doing little bits. I have 2 airbrushes. I have the dual action one and the single action. For putting your base coat on and blending in, it's absolutely ideal. I've used this is, God, I mean, I know you sprayers are out there will probably be screaming at me, but this was off eBay. I think it's about £9. It's a HVLP mini spray gun, about 1mm head, but absolutely brilliant for £9. What's that? $11. Put a water trap on it. I've just bought another one because they're so good. I'm not a professional sprayer. I can get a good job. If any big jobs, again, I've had this for donkey's years. It's a DeVilbiss FLG finish line, brilliant gun for doing your bigger jobs. But these little £9, that was £8.68. I bought it came the other day, £8.68 posted, and absolutely fantastic for doing when you don't want to fill your bigger gun up. I find it great. So, I mean, like I say, sprayers will be screaming at me. And I've got, I'll show you this. So, on the other side, this is what I was left with. Just little bits of surface rust that I need to Dremel out. A couple here on this wing. the parts box is getting lower and lower. That's a really good sign. So I'm finished here. You can see down here I've got the little mud flap and all this down to the suspension legs underneath the gearbox. It's all been done and unsealed, ready for final coat Schwartz, or what's it called, or whatever it's called. You know, like the spray on the seal. This was one of the first bits that I did. Obviously, it's the Girling, and now Girling have been overtaken by Lucas. So it's the Girling Lucas front handbrake. It's all fine. What it needs is the. I'm going to put the cylinder, the piston cylinder refurb kit, and do the wishbones and the bushes. But that was over that side before, so I've turned the car around. Now I can work on it because I've done the my driver's side, the offside. That's all been done. I can now work on this one. It's free. It works perfect, but I'm just going to give it a good refurb. Now the wheel arch. These are on the earlier 84 to 86 Aero SPG models with the flat nose bumper and the kit. They had a 19mm strip over the wheel arch, and sometimes they're available, sometimes they're not. It's one of those that I'm going to have to look into. It's I need to replace the my offside or right hand side one because that's completely gone. This one's going. I might be able to sort of try and bring it back, but realistically I need a pair. But I know for a fact that I'm done to about here on the car, all the way around the other side. So we're now concentrating on my near side or left hand side. Now, just here, I can just about get my finger on the inner hole, which I've known about. I've put the the rust converter in there, which doesn't bloody work anyway unless you do it properly. So I've got that area to do. Moving back up, this area, I've got a small hole here, a small hole there, some rising rust here on the scuttle panel, which is again a pain because trying to keep the paintwork original, it's a nightmare. Small rust mark there, and a small rust mark there. Now I know from the other side that it does grow behind the electric heated mirrors, so that's to do. But generally, it's not. I mean, it's the same with all things. You see a small rust hole, and you can grow it by 100%. I've got some dents I've marked in white. Probably going to get a dent guy out for these, or have the whole strip blown in eventually. So I've got a small dent there, small dent there, small dent there, there, and there, and there. That was done by a dealer when I had the gearbox done many years ago. 2006, I think, 2007. I had the gearbox done, and they damaged all the bloody door. The main thing is this. I've always known about it. It's always been there, and I keep packing it with the rust converter just to keep it at bay. I think that was probably caused by probably a puncture, and it's grown on the skin of the door, which is going to be a pain, especially to weld because of warpage. But we'll get there, because if we're going to blow it in, we'll blow the whole side in, or to the top sways line. These, hopefully, these marks here will polish out. As usual, the weather strip has completely gone, as on the other side, but they're available. We'll get those ordered. Quarter light is absolutely fine. Normally, you'll find on the 900s that they go around here, but this is it's just dirt. It's not rusty at all. Sorry, there. Just cleaning it up with a bit of spit there. There you go. Disgusting, but there you go. So yeah, no rust around here. Just wants the grill taking off and cleaning up. Back arch it's loose and it's showing the weld marks, but I mean, if you can, I mean, look at the condition of that. It's amazing for 40-year-old. Any other Saab, these arches would be totally and utterly toast. Not had this back corner off, but I'll show you in the boot in a minute. I need to, because there's obviously well-known rust area is the top of the shock absorber mount, the 2mm covering plate. That'll need addressing. Not done anything to the back disc brake till I take the wheels off. But I've literally today, I've only just turned it around. So yeah, pain, absolute pain that is there. But I say I've always known about it. So we're going around to the boot area, which is why I've actually turned the car around. I addressed all the common rust areas behind the fuel lines. That's all done. So I'm basically about here. Got some surface rust here. You can see when it's bubbling through this, which I'm going to have to replicate. It's like a bitumen coating, as you can see there, drain plug. So I've got some rust. I have tackled it. I need to tackle it more, and obviously a hole, so it's going to need welding. So the only donor panel that I have shown this on an earlier video was the jack mount. That was the jack mount. Absolutely toast, and I really couldn't be arsed trying to replicate the jack mount, especially because it's got these tiny little beads in, and it was so much easier for me to cut the bugger out and weld in a decent one, which was it was all stripped back to its bare metal and soaked in my little alchemy brew of flow liner and citric acid. So I know there's no rust there. That's a support beam that supports the lower boot floor, and that's all been shot blasted again, and it's been in my alchemy brew, and it's very pitted, so I'm gonna have to work on that, try and get it back to normal. But I mean, so probably 12 months, not a speck of rust on it, and that's what you get when you don't coat your wire brush your bits back and don't coat it in these rust converters. You've got to get rid of it all. Blasting, soaking, acid dip, whatever. But once you do it properly, obviously rust can't come back once you've killed it all. So yeah, so the boot area, I've got the bumper hanger, which I just give a quick once over. I need to tackle all around here. This bit of the boot area I rebuilt because that was gone, and I've made the little bit, because again that was gone. That's to go in there, and little plug wells. That'll replicate that, which I'll show you on the other side. It looks like that. And the forms around this edge of the headlight. So yeah, so I've got a hole here, which is a pain in the ass. It's right underneath this beam. This is all going to have to be cut out. It's right underneath the seam, so that's going to take some replicating. But for the welding that I've actually done on this car, it's this is more of a joy for me. Common issue on the 900s is this going into the inner arch. That area, that's going to have to be tackled. You've got your drain there for, I think that's for the sunroof. Might be wrong. Can't remember what that drain's for. I mean, it could be the rear sunroof channel. I'm not quite sure, but there is a drain there anyway. Got to get back into all this. Obviously, I've got this big hole that I cut out. This bit here where it's rusty, it's not actually rust. It's from the spare wheel. the spare wheel, the space saver wheel, rusted, so you can see the line of the wheel going round. So it's not gone through to the car, only here. So that's looks a bit daunting, but it's not. It's just dust that I need to wire brush off. I've got a hole in the here on the rear valance. I've kept it at bay, so I'm going to need a small patch welding in there. But the rest of the rear valance and part of the spare wheel, well, it's all in really good condition. You not tackle this because I've not been able to get to it. Obviously, it's been on the other side. Got all that to do. Clean that bumper iron up, and also the exhaust is in incredibly good condition for its age. But can you see how it should be oval? Now this was done again when they did the gearbox. Obviously, some turd at the local Saab dealer used has been smashing the tailpipe to try and bang it back on, and made a right bloody mess of it. But I'll straighten that up. It's not the exhaust system isn't that rusty. It's again, it's only surface rust, and they're a big bore on these Saabs. So yeah, I can finally show you up what I did last year. Probably a bit dark. I've only put that there because I keep bashing my head on this corner. It's so again, another common fault is the tailgate trim is quite prone to rust. Now I cut it all out. I had from the inner panel, I had a datum point. I had a little tiny bit of the curve, so I just added, I think about a mil and a half, and then welded in a new fold over section, which it does have this little return there, which I've left masking tape on it, and I shouldn't have done that really, but to give me the like a swage line, because it's got a return on here. But yeah, at least again no rust. You can see I've got a little bit of rust there where I've joined, but I've not protected it. So I've rebuilt all this, and I'll address all this, get it all back. And on the inside, you can see if the camera will sit on the Saab, that I've replicated all the original. I think it's about 10 mil fold over that goes all the way along the boot. So that's all. I've just not ground it off. I've still got all this snot from the welding to grind back and paint. I've got a lot of issues around the lock with surface rust, and I don't know how well that will come out in camera. And this where these two little trims, it's gone in here, but the rest of the boot it's bloody hell. There's some here. It'll need addressing, but I've not even folded that back properly there. That wants pushing back. But God, 40 years. It's amazing. I've had the car 30 years, and to me, this is a dream. The front end, I can't tell you, it was an absolute. I've just bashed my head again on that bleeding boot. The front end was just an absolute nightmare. It really, really was. Especially, obviously I'm not in a workshop. I have my little bench over there, and I work under a sheet. But we're getting there, so I'll just give you a quick pan around. We're on to the other side. Hello from the other side, I think, as the song went. And as you can see, it's not that bad. It's not bad. It really isn't that bad. Again, I know I keep saying it, but it's we're touching 40 years in August. There's not many Saabs in that condition. So, right, so that's a quick update. I'll for those that are interested, I'll go through what I've done. Oh yeah, I'll show you on the inside the squeak, the the passenger door. Obviously, on the other door, I completely put the repair panels in. On this one, I don't think it's that bad. Got a bit of corrosion on the top hinge, tiny bit on the door. We'll never know until we get the aero kit on. So, I mean, sorry, the aero kit off. We won't know. But I know from the other door, this one is nowhere near as bad. It's gone on this bottom lip, which is going to be, obviously, I've got the aero kit underneath. We can, we'll only know when we get it all apart. But just looking, all this was gone on the other car. It's going up the seam there, which is obviously going to be behind the seam. But generally, it's looking okay. Door panel sound, electric window works on this one, so I've not got to do all that. Missing the rubber strip. There's the rubber bloody strip. This is the sill seal, and they always break, and say they're normally held in with the little aluminium panhead rivets, which are there, and they also hold the bottom of the aero kit on. But I might replace them. I might replace them with genuine, because you can get them, buy them in packs. But I'm more into using stainless steel, even though aluminium won't rust. At least you can take them off because they are riveted on. So yeah, so the inner step is this is a good sign. Can you see there? Can you see that oxidization there? That's a good sign that this strip is rustling on the inside, and you can actually see it on the outside there. I did the other one. That was in the same. That's the driver's side ECU. I've been doing a little bit on the interior. I did the driver's seat. I just bought some filler Chinese stuff off eBay, and it's filled with leather. Obviously, the interior is going to take a lot of work. Headlining's gone, but if you know Saabs, that's quite common. That's I think a new headlining should be put on the service plan, because they always fail. But that's it's not an issue, is it? It's all there. Just wants recovering. Passenger seats all in good condition. Obviously, the leather is the Bridge of Weir up in Scotland. It just wants a condition and a refurb, maybe spraying with the buffalo. This is buffalo grey, and it's quite supple. It's not as cracked as the driver's seat, but I think it's probably because when I had it on the drive, it was in that side was more in the sun for 19 years. My bad. So yeah, after centre console, I had a little bit of an issue, which is very common again. I've had to plastic weld with the soldering iron and a cable tie or zip tie. I had to plastic weld this lug here because that was broke. But found a couple of tools on the inside, which is the reversible Saab screwdriver out of the toolkit, and the red whatever they call it, crocodile jaws, or I don't know. But yeah, so I've got my badges off the boot. Saab, Turbo, and also this is quite a gem. That's the bonnet badge, 4522884. I would say it's GM, so General Motors. I'm thinking that's a genuine Saab part, and I don't know too much about this, but I know what sometimes on social media you see that they again, rare as rocking horse shit, especially the metal ones. So that's for the bonnet. So when you see that next time, you'll know that the car is back on the road, because that's probably the last thing I'm going to fit. So genuine or not, I really don't know, but I bought it between 2007 2008. Well, I didn't buy it. I think I was given it because the guy that did the gearbox, I mentioned that he dented the doors, and he gave me a badge instead. So thanks for that. Right, so there you go. That's just a quick walk around of what I've been up to. Obviously with Steptoe's Garage, I'm hoping that's going to come up quite nice for me to work on. Get my vice on there, get the cupboards in. It's got all lights in it as well, so that'll be quite pretty. But yeah, so my next job, jack the back end up, tackle all that rust, service this brake, put new cylinder kits in the caliper. Possibly again, I haven't even looked at that disc. I've not even seen that disc, but it will be. I know for a fact that we're going to need discs all round and pads all round, but that's a service part. As long as the actual brake system itself is reconditioned, I think we can move on from there. So if you want to go, Ped, hit me up or whatever they call it, because I've got loads. I've got a box down the bottom of the garden. There's me cabinets that are the wall cabinets all under there. Wife's knickers, teal. I like a pair of teal knickers. She'll kill me if I show you them. But anyway, yeah. So I've just these have all been in the back of the garage for I don't know how long. It's frames and all these axle stands. They'll be supporting the back of the car next time you see it. So there you go. Just a quick update what I've been doing, and as always, and much needed before it starts raining. For those in the pub enjoying the bank holiday, I'm on it anyway. A nice can of Heineken. Look after yourself. Take care.